Greetings, greetings and blessings to all of you. I am Alsharon of the GodStar, in service to Source, this planet, and to every star seed upon her. Greetings and welcome to all of you. This is a wonderful moment in time because things are moving forward. It is very important to remember that even when it appears as though your life is stagnant, going nowhere, it is still moving forward because it never truly stands still. It can become stale, it can become a nuisance, it can become troubling, but it never truly stands still. So you are always moving forward. Information has been released because it was time for more of the truth to be revealed. You see, information with regards to refugees, information as far as things happening within this universe, within this galaxy, within this area of time and space, and everything that goes along with that. There are so many beings who are gathered in different places watching what is happening here on Earth. Imagine, if you will, how many of you enjoy sitting down and watching a good drama on your TV, or an event, or watching a comedy, or whatever the case may be, watching some television in a way that's kind of like what they are doing with this planet. They are watching, they are observing what is happening, the choices that are being made, the games that are being played. You see, there are those on this planet behind the scenes playing chess, if you will, with everyday people. They think they've got it all figured out. They think they have what they need to control the situation. And what they don't understand or realize is that they've been given little bits and pieces to play with, to keep them occupied, so that you, the starseed, those of you who are starseed upon Earth, can get on with your job and get on with what you are doing. Some of you think, well, I do not watch TV. They control you that way. They try to sometimes. They can't really do so, though. It only works with certain individuals. It is very important to remember that you are participating at a much higher level than other people. Starseed, normally their vibrational frequency generally internally operates at a higher level than, say, the humanity of Earth. Not because of being better than or anything like that. It is simply because you are already multidimensional beings. You reside, generally speaking, in true reality in the quantum. So when you are looked upon, people expect more from you, and you feel this sometimes. And it comes across in different manners, in different ways. There will be people who will say things to you, and you will actually think to yourself, that doesn't seem right. Something seems different about that. It doesn't seem like it is genuine, or whatever the case may be. And in truth, they are actually a messenger telling you, we are observing you, we are aware of you, and you need to be doing, making better choices for yourself. You see, as we interact with you, you interact with us. It is just that we are more conscious of this interaction that we are having. This is not your fault. You reside on a planet in a third-dimensional duality and density, and if you were opened too much to true reality, there are some souls that would be able to handle it. For many of you, though, it is a situation where it would just make you feel too homesick. It would make you feel lost and confused here. It was hard enough having all of you come back into the fifth dimension before this particular incarnation that you are in right now, because each one of you did. You see, each one of you went all the way out of the near realms up to this ship that I am on right now, the ship that prepared and works with every star seed. You have seen messages from His Lordship Sananda, who is the head of the Office of the Christ and works directly with the starseed who are incarnated upon Earth. This is why he has a tendency to be channeled by many people. His interactions have been going on for a very long time. And that's why he has an office on this ship as well. The Galactic Federation has a command on this ship. The Ashtar Command has a command center on this ship. The High Council of the GodStar is on this ship. Many different councils will meet on this ship because it is directly related to each and every one of you being on this planet. They are very well aware of everything that is happening on this planet, around this planet, behind the scenes on this planet, and even off of this world by those who reside here. Why am I telling you this? Not to scare you, but to let you know that we are aware of these things. We are taking care of business, shall we say. And it's vitally important for you to remember that your purpose here is a simple one: to live from your heart. You see, it is easy to lose yourself in the games of this world. Very, very easy. You have to deal with things that where you come from you don't have to deal with. Things like a mainstream job and having to have money and, having to pay for accommodation or a place to live, and even having to pay a lot of money for crap places to live, to buy a car, to pay for utilities and everything like this. Whereas where you come from, I would say 95% of you, where you come from, these things are just standard. Here you go. You have a place to live. You have your job. You have your ways, that you contribute. Here's the food you need or whatever you need to sustain you. There's not a issue, you see. But here, you have to live according to what is happening here. Because you went all the way back into the fifth dimension after your last incarnation, whenever that was, by the way, you fully reconnected to your energy. I would say the vast majority of you interacted with those from your home, true family, all of these types of things, and then you reincarnated here. And your mind was saying, it's this lifetime. This is the one we've been waiting for. We are going to awaken in this lifetime. And you knew that, and you walked that path, and you followed the clues, shall we say, and you began your awakening whenever that was. Some of you have just started to awaken perhaps in the last 2 months, 6 months. Welcome to the party, shall we say. For those of you awakening over the last 6 or 7 years, you've been on a very, very fast track. A lot of things have been coming through to you. But many of the lessons that you normally would learn during an awakening, you don't really learn because there's not enough time for you to go through those processes and through that learning, shall we say, that remembering of how you actually are, how you actually react and interact, and all of these things. So this is why it's very, very important not to judge, not to criticize yourself or others, to allow others their truth, to allow yourself your truth, beyond what other people tell you you should believe or should not believe. And just because somebody else has a different truth than yours does not invalidate your truth. If it is a truth that is anchored, shall we say, no matter how much awakening you do, that truth will always be true. If it is a truth that is part of one level of your awakening, then it will be true during that level. And when you move beyond that level, that truth will fall away. And a new truth will come and take its place. And what you need to remember is this, that old truth that has fallen away, you won't even think about it. You won't even be in consideration. And the new truth that you have will seem like it is common sense. This is how it works. The reason I come in, the reason I interact with you, the reason I speak to you, the reason I take questions from you is because you deserve the very finest assistance that we can provide you. We cannot do for you because you are the ones incarnated here. You have to make the choices. You have to walk the path. You have to do what you're here to do. We can't do that for you, but we can help you. We can guide you. We can answer questions, things like this. And that is why this is so important. This is why this is so vitally important. I don't have an agenda. I don't care where you came from. The bottom line is one and only situation, which is, are you a starseed? All of you here tonight is a starseed. Therefore, I am here for all of you. It does not matter if you come from the Pleiadian star system, the Sirian star system, Orion, Arcturus, Alpha Centauri, wherever it may be. It does not matter, you see. You are here in service to this world and to the humanity of Earth. Some of you are beings of light, some of you are beings of darkness, some of you are watchers, some of you are guardians. Doesn't matter. You are starseed. You are the ascended masters of Earth. You place that title on beings who have lived on this planet and who are now in the higher dimensions, who have been channeled, beings like Saint Germain, and so on and so forth. They are the ascended masters. Yeshua, Buddha. You are the ascended masters of Earth. You are the starseed. You are the ones here doing the work. You are the ones here leading the way. And you're going, but I don't lead anything. I don't do anything. Yes, you do. You do so much more than you realize. You are looking out of third dimensional eyes. I see the big picture. The vibrational frequency of this planet has gone up. It was at 3.4. It is now at 3.6 for all intents and purposes. You have been able, the humanity of Earth has made a choice to evolve. And the starseed have been bringing in the higher vibrational frequencies and energies to raise the vibration of the planet, to ready it for movement past December 21st, 2012, and then the completion of Phase 1 of Project Earth in 2015, and now it is sitting at 3.6. And each day that a new starseed awakens, each day that you have an epiphany, that you realize you are a little bit more than you thought you were, each day you reach out with your heart. Each day you connect with someone. You enlighten yourself or someone around you. Rise up, if you will. You anchor this new vibrational frequency stronger into the planet. And as you do so, there are those who have been working diligently to prevent you from accomplishing your goals, who have been, shall we say, removed because they cannot handle being here any longer. And I'm going to share something else with you. There are certain individuals that will tie them up for a while, not literally but figuratively. Keep them busy while others are doing what they need to do. My point in this is very simple. We do not miss anything. We observe everything, and we know what is happening, and we know why it is happening. No, we do not share everything with you. You do not need to worry about everything that we worry about. Just as you have your role here, we have ours where we are. And we are working just as diligently as you are on the same goal, which is the elevation, the evolution, the elevation, and the ascension of the humanity of Earth. It's been at 3.4 for quite some time on this world. Some would say, oh, it's gone from 3.4 to 3.6 very, very fast, very quickly. No, it hasn't. It's been 3.4 for a very long time. .6 is not fully anchored in just yet. It will be soon enough. And when that happens, more and more things can change, and the change is already happening and it's already begun. We are here for you. If the starseed was not here, I would not be here. Cryon would not have come here. Others like Solara and JZ Knight would not have happened. Ramtha, would not have come. The Ashtar Command would not be here. We are here because of you. You are here because of this world. We are all here for the humanity of Earth. You see, it is a joint work. We are all working on this together. Beings come in and they get channeled through someone. And they look at you and they say, we honor you so much for what you do. And they are right, because you're the ones who are incarnated here. You are the ones who have forgotten who you are, why you came. Your fight day in and day out to remember more. So there I come to give you more information, to assist you in remembering more of why you are here. I'll be honest with you, if you are considering moving where you are now to somewhere else, my only advice to you is follow your heart. I don't care where you live. I'm not living on the planet. I don't care about whether you should change jobs. I have a job that I enjoy and I do it very well. I don't need to worry about your job because that's what you worry about. But when you want understanding of things that I've said, of things that you feel about going on around this world and within your environment, I want to make sure those questions are answered, you see. You ask a question, I guarantee you there'll be 5 other people at some point who's going to hear this, who's going to go, wow, I'm glad they asked that question. You see. In a way, it assists each other, you see. There is so much more going on than meets the eye. There are those being removed from this world as we speak because they cannot handle being here any longer. Certain things are being dismantled as we speak, for it cannot be sustained any longer. We are working diligently. We are working with each one of you. We meet with you regularly at night. You are never alone in your incarnation, in your life. You have true family with you. You have assistance coming from many other places, shall we say. Sananda checks in on most every starseed on this planet regularly. And I know what some of you may be thinking, wow, that's a lot of people that he has to check in on. And it is. And there are those who help him with that. You are never alone. If one truly gets in trouble, steps are taken to assist them. But if it's part of your journey, your path, then we allow it to unfold as it will. There's nothing wrong with that. For as you overcome an obstacle, it is powerful and it assists a great deal of people. Even though for you, you don't see anyone else having to overcome this. This is my message this evening. This is what I came to share this evening. Do not worry, there is more information that will be coming forth. We have just begun our work. And now I am very happy to take questions. Get the eyes going again. So if you have a question, please feel free to put it in and I will do my best to answer whatever questions you may have. You are welcome, Samantha. Christine, is there anything else I need to be doing right now for my path? Follow your heart. That's all you need to do. Trust and faith within yourself. Trust and faith in your heart and guidance. Trust and faith in your intuition. And discern the information. Does it resonate? How does it make you feel within? Your life and path will unfold as it needs to. Trust in the process. Ilona Sondor. Last night in my dream, I got information that I will know all my truth after 30 days. I really want to remember all. Will I receive all necessary information soon? You will receive any and all necessary information when it is required. One thing that you need to remember is this. When those of us who reside in the fifth dimension, because we speak in dreams as well, when we say it is soon in our time. So we may come to you and say, this is going to happen very soon. And 6 months go by and you're sitting there going, why hasn't it happened yet? And for us, we're like, we said it's going to be very soon. Or very soon might be 5 years for you. All you need to be aware of, Alona, is this. Whatever information you require, you will have when you need it. If you get too much information all at once, it can overload you and it can cause issues and problems for you here. It is a process of awakening that allows greater and greater information to be brought forward. Wendy, regarding red blood and blue blood energy, what normally happens when you have beings that are different? There was conflict. There was repercussions. There was death. There was all sorts of things that occurred. And generally speaking, a separation occurred that allowed both to save face, shall we say. Furthermore, the conflict was played out in many ways on the physical level, but it was not by those who were in physical, shall we say. It is a long story and a large story. And there are those always who are willing to, what is the phrase that humans like to use? There are always those who will sell their soul for power and for control. So it is not something that you need to be overly concerned about, in my opinion. So when ones are being removed, as you mentioned, is it possible if someone has attachment that has been there a couple of years and the person is holding on to this and not letting go, is it possible this can be taken, or will they have to agree? Thinking lessons are definitely involved with who I'm thinking of. Angie, with regards to your question, it is a situation basically where if there is a being that is attached to somebody who needs to be removed, that being will be removed. And there is no consultation per se. There are certain criteria that is used and utilized, which I will not go into very much at this moment. Needless to say, the person you are thinking of does have something attached to them and has been there for longer than a couple of years. However, it's not it's not being they're not being taken away, shall we say. I'll just put it to you that way. Alex, with regards to your cat, you are wanting to know if your cat will eventually heal. That you've been doing so much healing on him over the months without any change. Is he helping me to develop my healing abilities in some way? Let me try and explain something to you. With cats, generally, many cats are actually guides. They actually come from the other side and they incarnate as cats because it's an easy way for them to be a guide for those in physical. Although you have probably sustained your cat, I personally would not hold out hope of complete healing. Your cat has its own path. But what you need to understand is this: if your cat should depart or you should need to put your cat down, worry not, because more than likely your cat will be coming back to you as a cat, but a different cat. So to give you an idea, this one here had a cat when he was young, when he was a child, a kid. The cat's name was Domino, I believe. Now, when this one moved to Australia from America, they got some cats, a couple of cats. Domino was now Cloud. Same markings pretty much, black and white. Cloud may come back yet a third time, and the cat that they have now was actually Cloud's brother Tigger, who is now here as Luna. So cats generally have a tendency to come back, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. Your cat has been working with you, though, for a long time. Samantha, sorry, one thing I just remembered. Can you tell us more about the alliance between Sirius and Andromeda and the impact it will have on Earth? Not at this time. There is certain negotiations that are currently underway with regards to that through the Galactic Federation, as well as the High Council of the GodStar. And if everything goes as according to what I have been told, there won't be much of an impact on Earth per se until much later on, once the humanity of Earth has moved through into their ascension process. Angie, she may think that she can handle it, she cannot. So unless she has someone very professional who can handle things such as that, it will continue to be troublesome for her. Wendy, someone was saying they were intrigued with how both energy types could coexist in someone. How is it so with me? All I will say with regards to that is this. You are familiar, I believe most of you would be familiar with the situation, if you will, between the Jews and the Palestinians in what you know of as Israel. Yes? If you went far enough back in history, do you know what you would find? That the Jew and the Palestinian are brothers. Think about that. You are right on time, Janine. Cam Smith, you just went through a very relationship breakup that was nasty, apparently. I will be honest with you. That is for your discernment. That is for you to look within. That is for you to see your part in it, their part in it. This is not a question really that this is part of life here. Unfortunately, be very honest within yourself. That is my best advice to you, Kim. Christine Farnham, I had a cat for 15 years. I had to let her go when I was a teenager. I'm now getting a kitten next week. Look in the eyes. Susan Curtis, I've always had cat guides. Now I'm unable to have a car here. In my previous car here, I'm going to assume that your word car means cat, Susan. I wouldn't say that your cat is there in spirit, but if your cat was your guide, which yours was, they are with you, but not in spirit per se. Pretty much, Wendy, that is correct. Janine, for the last few weeks, my energy and gifts are only half there. Is that because of I'm tired or the energy is weird lately? I'm confused. First off, you need to let go. Stop with the mental chatter, Janine. Do not worry about your gifts. They will be there when you need them, when it is time. There are times when you need to step back, when you need to look after yourself, when you need to focus more within instead of without. Let go of your confusion, move more fully into yourself, and relax. Don't stress. Angie, she was removed, but she held on and wasn't ready. I hope she decides she can stand up to this. Well, everyone has their own path, shall we say. Gretchen, I had my dad's cat disappear 2 weeks ago. I felt where he was. He had been spotted just across the road. Then last Monday, my dad found his cat across the road where we thought he was, but couldn't find him. I felt it was his time to go. Was that why my dad's cat left? It's been very sad for all my family and my children. Cats are very well versed, shall we say. They know what's going on. They know when it's time for them to do whatever it is they need to do. And I do understand that people here like and enjoy pets, and I understand that. Generally, no, we don't have pets in the fifth dimension. There are those animals that will come around us and stay around us, but they are not ours per se. And what I do understand that for many it is viewed upon as family and everything like that. So I'm sorry for your loss, but please know that that cat will come back at another time. It needed to go and take care of some other things, so do not worry about that. Trust your heart, Valda. And it is good to see so many people coming from so many different places to join us, to add their energy, their flavor to this gathering and to these gatherings as we move forward. This is the most important time that you can possibly imagine for all of you. I will take it that Tim Tams are very good. Blessings to you in South Africa, in the UK. Look, the best information I can give you, Velda, to you, Tina, trust yourself more. Follow your heart and guidance. And whatever you do, stop saying, well, when this happens, or when that happens, or when this falls into place, or that falls into place, because it never will happen. Just follow your heart each and every day. Best advice I can give you. Hello, Esperance. Ardian Demoli, if I can ask how you can protect your energy level to vibrate higher when you are with people who are in fear, but you want to stay with them and help them, but it's hard when sometimes I get so tired. Thank you, blessings from me. Well, blessings to you, number one. When this one began channeling, long time ago, in 1989, August. His anniversary of channeling is coming up next month. No gifts, though. He was taught to set his rules. So I'm going to teach you how to do this. Now, you can do this before you do a reading, before you do a healing. You can do this before you walk out of your house to start your day. You can do this if you're going to be around people who have a lot of fear. A couple of things here. Number one, setting your rules. I command in the totality of the Lord God, Goddess that I am, that only those beings of light who are here for my highest and greatest good are allowed to communicate to me, through me, or be around my energy field, so be it. That's very important. Number two, there are many different techniques that you can use to protect your energy. Now, the one thing that I will tell you, Ardian, you need to cut your cords. All you need to do is imagine, if you will, a sword, like a proper big sword, slicing the cords that are connected into you from different people, because you are corded, and when you are corded, this will cause you to become tired as well. So when you finish a gathering like that or something, make sure that you cut your cords. Also, you can place a bubble around you so that any energy, it's like if it's energy that is in alignment with who I am, it can enter. If it is not, it will bounce back to wherever it came from. Very simple. And you just think about that every 10 or 15 minutes just to make sure your bubble is there. Not a problem. If you forget it and then you are reminded of it at some point and you do it, don't judge yourself. Don't criticize yourself. Don't say, oh, well, I should have done that before. No. The more you do, the more you'll just remember it, and it'll just become habit that you do it. This one set his rules for 23 years. Before any time he channeled, before any time he did a reading, before any time he did a healing, anything, he set his rules for 23 years. And finally, one day, he was told, you no longer need to set your rules. It is so ingrained and so in place, you don't have to do that anymore. And for the next 6 months, he still did it because it was such a habit. Make this a habit for you. This will work for anyone. All you have to do is believe. Your imagination, you can create a bubble. You can create all sorts of things to protect yourself. It's not a big deal. And it's not about keeping people out. It's not about being disconnected from people. It's about connecting at that deeper level, but it's also about protecting your own energy so that you're not being drained, so that you're not being affected in a negative way or in a negative connotation, if you will. Okay? Hope, I can read anyone's energy. You do have blockages though. And you need to you're carrying a great deal of sadness that needs to be addressed, as well as you are carrying a great deal of trepidation, mistrust. You need to do some forgiveness work and you need to move beyond that. It's very, very important. Yes, the bubble does work, Samantha. Very good. He can do that tomorrow and put it on the page, so everyone will be able to see that. Okay, we are going to close this now. So I will go ahead and stop the recording that we are doing. So this will go on to his channel, whatever it is. So we will close this now.